So hi Trevor, how are you today?
Very good. Yeah, settling into a week at Hickstead again, which is it's always nice to be here. So yeah, really nice to get stuck in again.
How many horses do you have here this week?
I brought 6 horses for me this week. Unfortunately, I'm not in the international classes this week. It being a 5-star show and Ireland have their own team here. I'm not on that team, so I've just stuck to the national classes this week. But it's a great opportunity to bring on the stars of the future.
Yeah. So last month you had the retirement ceremony of your gorgeous Addie. How was that for you? And it looked so emotional, and it really must have been all of your emotions all over the place.
Yeah, it was. It was a tricky one. It was, Addy. He's been such a horse for me. He's actually been. Like I was thinking about it after. I said it in the ring in the interview, but it really wasn't planned. It just came out. But it's accurate that he's actually been my best horse for the majority of my professional career. So when I actually started to think about it, I was like, oh my God, this is even bigger than I even realised, And that literally just came out. I don't know where it came from, not pre-thought or pre-planned anything. And I just started to think about it, and it really hit me that, this horse has basically carried my yard, and he's put me to the position I'm in now, where I've, some fantastic owners and backers and sponsors and all this thing, and like it's fundamentally it's down to Addy, and so I've unbelievable gratitude to him, what he's done for me, the classes he's won for me, and just the effort he's always put in, like he always gives 110%, and that's all you can ask of any horse, and just in Addy's case, more often than not, it's good enough to win.
And he actually continued jumping really well, and in fact better since he lost his eye, didn't he? And that takes a real something from a horse, doesn't it?
Yeah, but again, it's just testament to him as a horse. He's that type of horse. Literally, you could probably chop a leg off and he'd find a way to jump. He's just because it's what you want him to do, so he'll try and please, and he'll try and do what you want him to do, which makes you happy, which therefore makes him happy. Yeah. That's just the kind of horse he is.
People pleaser.
That's it. He just loves. He's obviously had a privileged life his whole life. Karen Swan, his owner, loves him. More than I'd say he's on a par with her kids, to be honest. And he's had a fantastic life, so he loves people and therefore wants to please, and that's what he does. And when he lost his eye, Karen and I had a conversation. Karen assumed I wouldn't jump a horse with one eye, and I hadn't actually told her that I planned on jumping him afterwards. So I just assumed she knew that, but she assumed I wouldn't want to jump a horse with one eye. So she was getting quite emotional when we decided to do the operation, and then eventually I kind of went, I know he's losing his eye, but he's not dying or anything, you know what I mean? You're still going to have your horse. And she's like, yeah, but his jumping career's over now, and no, I'm going to jump him. And then she just went to really happy again straight away.
And that makes the Derby win even more special, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's phenomenal how he did it, but again. I can't even say I'm surprised, because that's just, again, the type, when you know the horse, you know that that's just the type of horse he is, and it never actually entered my head that he wouldn't do it. Now, okay, I didn't maybe think he'd go on and win what he won afterwards as good as he did, but I fully expected him to go on and jump on and be competitive, maybe not as competitive as he was, but the year he had his eye out was actually his best year of his career.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, he had won already in Villamora that year. He had won a ranking class. He was third in a Grand Prix, and he won the final Grand Prix in Villamora, 4-week tour. He came home, he was second in the Grand Prix in Hardelow, and then we took out the eye. He came back, he had a couple of shows just to kind of get going, and then straight away went to south of England. He won the area trial and he won the stairway. Wow. 2-day show, won both big classes. And then his next show was Hickstead. He was second in the Derby trial, and he was second in the Derby.
Wow. That's admirable, isn't it?
It's phenomenal.
It really is.
And that's just the kind of horse he is. And basically, he just probably, I was going to say took up where he left off, but actually I think he even stepped it up a notch again. And I think that's nearly down to when we took his eye out. I think he rejuvenated in himself, because before that, he was on up to 20 drops a day into the eye.
Wow.
And obviously thinking back on it now, I think he must have been in pain, and quite a lot of pain. And now when I think back, at the time all I could focus on was keeping his eye. It had to be better. 2 eyes had to be better than one, even if it was only 50% vision in it. And you know, I don't regret what I did. But looking back on it now, I think, you know, if you think about it, if you had a pain in your eye or a pain in your tooth for like 2-3 years, you'd actually go into a bit of depression, I think.
You think so, wouldn't you?
And I think looking back, he didn't ever, he was always happy, he loved his job. But actually when we took the eye out, it was like I rewound the clock in his head 5 years. He went back to the horse that he was like chirpy and cheeky and like headbutting in the stable and like, and he was just a happier horse, and I think that also contributed to him probably having a more successful career afterwards, you know, even though he was 13 years old.
Oh, bless him. Now you've got some really exciting young horses coming up. Do you think there's any future Derby stars in there?
It's always hard to pick a Derby horse, you know. I probably did pick Addy out to be one because he had a venting background with Karen and stuff like that, so that obviously, you know, I knew he would be brave and he'd be good at all those things, so he probably stood out to me to be one. But the rest of them, I think, you know, it'll just take its due course, I think, and see how they progress. But I think there are certainly stars there, and it's again, Karen Swan. She's a fantastic owner of mine. She has 2 with me. One is called Escapade H. He's an 8-year-old, and I think he's a superstar in the making. I'm going to jump him in the Queen's Cup this week on Saturday. It'll be a big test for him. He's only 8 years old, but I think he can answer the questions. And then she also has a horse called Franklin, who's a 7-year-old. And again, he's been doing some awesome stuff already. So, you know, huge things for them. And then, you know, some other great horses as well. You know, they've got like Bombay, who's owned by a Willie Matten, who lives in Belgium. She's my best horse at the minute. She's 10 years old.
She's very consistent, isn't she?
Very consistent, very feisty.
Very quirky.
Very, very, very quirky. She's difficult to travel, she's difficult in the stable and all that. But to be honest, the easiest part about her is riding her.
Yeah.
She's
So
perfect.
does she lose all of her quirks when she goes in the arena?
Perfect.
Really?
Easy. Just point her at the jumps. But until you get there, it's not easy.
You're not the boss.
My grooms now, you know, Katie Johns and Katie King, they do a great job with her because she doesn't make life easy for them, I'll put it to that way.
And they keep going.
And they keep going. Well, they see the results she gets are really good, and then I have a lot of younger ones then behind them, you know, as well, which are, I think, you know, I've probably never had a better bunch of young horses, so I think hopefully watch this space.
Yeah, really exciting times for the future. Well, thank you very much. I hope you have a great show, and we look forward to speaking to you soon.
Super, thank you. Thanks.